Hello and welcome to Icons Collections. I'm Icon. This is a review show about both the well-known and the unknown. The big blockbuster movies that become classics and the hidden gems that very few people have seen and yet know about. And that's where we'll begin today. This is Brick. Brick is a little brilliant movie, a film noir, like the old school Humphrey Bogart movies. It's an old school mystery set in modern day California. The lead character, Brandon, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, is our detective. One day Brandon gets a letter in his locker from his ex-girlfriend, who he last saw was getting deep into the drug scheme. She tells Brandon that she's in trouble, and before he can really figure out what happens, she's murdered. So this leads Brandon to find her killer, and it brings him into a whole drug ring of Southern California, or at least in this movie's version. The only thing really Brandon has for help is his sidekick Brain. Brain's my favorite character in the whole movie, actually.
Oh, Tug? Tug. Tug might be a drink. Like milk and vodka or something.
Poor Frisco?
Frisco. Frisco Farr was a sophomore last year. Real trash. Maybe had a class a week. Didn't know him then, hadn't seen him around.
This is my favorite scene. Brennan just found Emily's dead body, and he goes straight to school to talk to Brain. Just watch.
Do you think you can help her?
No.
You think you can get this straight? Maybe break some deserving teeth?
Yeah, I think I could.
Well?
Tell me to walk from this, Brain. I'm gonna drop it.
Walk from it. Drop it. You're thick, Brendan.
Yes, I am.
Hardly anything is said, yet everything is told.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
There's a thesaurus in the library. Yes under Y. Good, I'll wait.
The casting is amazing. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays a great hero detective, as Lucas Hess plays a great villain portraying the Pin.
Pin? Pin. The Pin?
The Pin, yeah?
Pin's kind of a local spook store. You know the Kingpin. I've heard it. Same thing. Supposed to be old, like 26. Lives in town.
Dope runner, right?
Big time.
See, the Pin pipes it from the lowest scrapper to Brad Bramish himself.
Maybe. I mean, ask any dope right where the junk sprang, and they'll say they scraped it off that, who scored it off this, who bought it off so, and after 4 or 5 connections, the list always ends with a Pin. But I bet you got every rat in town together and said, show your hands if any of them actually seen the Pin, and you get a crowd of full pockets.
This is the Pin.
Be the Pin? Yeah.
Watching the movie will keep you hooked to find out what happens next. You feel like you're watching an old Humphrey Bogart movie. This movie is shot for shot brilliant. It's both gritty and sexy. And if you love this movie, you'll really want to know what is said here.
What'd she whisper to you?
She called me a dirty word.
All right, you don't have to tell me.
Yes, even this movie has a bit of a mystery to itself. Look online, you'll find out what she whispered. Now, on my show, I like to sort out the good and the bad, using positives, and negatives. Now, really, I mean, this is actually one of my favorite movies, my all-time favorite movies, so almost everything about this movie is in a positive. The one negative, though, that you might have a problem with is the lingo in the movie. The entire movie is done in slang like it would be in a 1940s movie.
She was tight when she called you, man. Came to and freak. Told me to shake you if you came by.
I need you to out. Like on Jared, that was cake to this, and unlike Jared, there's not much chance of coming out clean. 24/7 on this one. Okay to out for me again?
So what first? Tip the bulls?
Nah, bulls, gummit. They'd flash their dusty standards, the wide eyes, probably find some yig to pin. Probably even the right one, but they'd trample the real tracks and scare the real players back into their holes. If we're doing this, I want the whole story, no cops. Not for a bit.
But sometimes the dialogue, it just goes on, and you don't even really realize what they're talking about because they're using so much slang. And if you're a bit of an idiot like me, you had to watch this movie once or twice more just to really understand what was going on. But even then, that's a small negative because the dialogue is what makes this movie brilliant. Alright, stay tuned. We'll talk to you later. And have fun, ladies and gentlemen. See you at the movies.